Hello, I'm Evan from Hill People Gear, and I'm here to talk about, not Rocky. Rocky, could you get out of the way, please? Thank you. One of our oldest and most popular packs. This is the Tarahumara Pack, and a little bit about the evolution of this backpack. Back when I designed it, we were doing a lot of mountain biking. We still mountain bike a lot, and at the time I was using the Camelback Mule as my backpacking pack. And with the Tarahumara, we already had kit bags on the market. I was basically looking to add Camelback Mule functionality to our kit bag. And first I tried, just adding a bladder pouch to the back, and we do have a product like that now, the Recon harness. But I quickly realized that the best overall setup was its own backpack, and I wanted a little bit more capacity, so it also could be used as a hiking pack. So that became the Tarahumara, which is named after the Tarahumara Indians, who are famous in northern Mexico for their running. So this is definitely a light and fast pack. So the first thing that I got to start with, all of our packs use our shoulder harness. This is very comfortable. It drapes your entire torso, distributes the weight very well, and like all of our backpacks, it's actually torso height adjustable because I'm looking to load the lumbar area with the backpack. And so there's a little bit more adjustment vertically to get this right, but once you get it right, nothing's better. Now you notice I've got a tourniquet pouch on the back. This is just my own modification. It turns out that one of the tourniquet pouches we sell goes really nicely on the back of a harness, particularly if you cut the center buckle off. We use the same harness on all of our backpacks. That center buckle is for use with the Ute and the Kuya and the Decker frame packs, but because we use the same harness, we just produce one harness, period. But at any rate, I cut the plastic buckle off. For the off-the-shoulder packs, this works well. That would be this pack, the Junction, the Umlindi. And it's nice to have trauma gear, particularly if you're mountain biking, just right there on your shoulder harness. Yeah, I carry one in my kit bag as well, but the point of this is I can use this backpack standalone or with a kit bag, and either way I've got the tourniquet ready to go. So this backpack, water's the biggest thing that you're thinking about in any kind of light and fast pursuit. And we tend not to use bladders at all. At the time I was using bladders, but bladders just fail. For me, mountain biking, I've got a water bottle on my bike frame, and then I'll refill that from bottles that I have here. This will take, if you want to take a lot of water, this will take Nalgene silos. That's 1.5 quarts on each side for a total of 3 quarts, plus another 3/4 of a quart in a bike bottle. So damn near a gallon of water, which is a pretty good setup for any kind of general mountain biking trip that I'm going to go on. If you really like bladders, this is designed to use a bladder. Well, if you've used bladders, you know how much of a pain in the butt they are to fight in and out of a dedicated bladder sleeve. So this backpack primarily is designed to load your bladder right on top of all your other gear, hang from this hang tab, and then route out the hose just routes right out the top. That's why we have this generous zipper garage, and that makes it really easy to get your bladder out, refill it, put it back in, considerably easier than a dedicated bladder sleeve. If you feel like you need a dedicated bladder sleeve, this also has that right here. I often, what I'll put in here, I guess I don't this time, we do sell a pocket frame sheet which stiffens this up. As you can see, this has quilted closed cell foam, so it's really handy. It fits well in your back, but if you want a little bit more stiffness, one of those pocket frame sheets slid in here is good. Some folks will slide other things in here. Wait a second. Oh, I've got some emergency shelter. I got a couple of contractor bags in here. So there you go. That's my use for it. And it's easy to have stuff like that. Just fold it up in there and forget about it. So at any rate, that's really all there is to the suspension. You got your shoulder harness, you've got your padded. This does cut a little bit of heat. I'm not a big fan of the mesh stuff. It just doesn't work. You're either taking the load center of gravity away from your center of gravity, and either way it wears out quickly. wherever there's a contact patch, you're gonna have sweat. That's just how it is, that's life. And so I don't even try to pretend like I can work around that sweaty contact patch. So back to water. My preference is dual water bottles. These are designed to take the GI 1 quart style of bottle, one on each side. Those are 1 quart. They barely fit in there. Some folks, you know, now that we have other packs that have big side pockets, say this should have it. No, that would defeat the purpose of this pack. This is trim. The load by design is in tight. The compression straps are designed to capture water bottles. If you're running just dual bike bottles, it captures them right around the neck. If you're running Nalgene silos, the upper one captures them. In this case, I'm using the Hydra Pack. I think it's called the Recon. These are each a full quart, and I have the handles captured just in case I went upside down or something, which actually is another quick note. We do have people time to time say, oh, it needs to have a quote-unquote waist strap. Well, a waist strap is actually a load-bearing element that requires a frame and, you know, directs the load into your pelvis. What people, when they ask that, what they're actually asking about is a stabilizer strap, you know, the little 1-inch webbing. This does not need one at all. Back in the days when I was, my elbows were more capable and I was doing more aggressive lines, trails like the Whole Enchilada, the McKenzie River Trail, trails with aggressive drops. I've not ever used a stabilizer strap, never needed one. The pack stays right where it should. Everything's nice and tight to your torso. That being said, we do optionally sell one. If you think you need that, you can get that from us as well. So I've covered water storage. I've covered the sleeves. This is constructed in the US out of 500 denier Cordura, which is pretty stout. This is our signature elk brown color. You know, this is our own custom color, and you know, I like it. We've got like a blue color also that's custom. This is available in a variety of colors. Inside, as in the hang tab I showed you, it's just one big compartment. All you got to do is put your stuff in there. And one of the things that was accomplished with this, you know, the Camelback Mule, I liked. I could carry a couple of things plus a windbreaker. In general, I like to be more prepared. So this became something that I could have. Well, right now I've got a really lightweight raincoat. I have an insulative vest, just a little puffy vest. I've got a first aid kit. I've got a dog bowl. What else? Anyway, you can fit for a day hike, for a light day hike in a temperate environment where you don't need a big puffy. This is great. You know, you put the water bottles on, you've just got a nice, really trim pack that you pretty much forget is there. Now, and then the other nice thing about it is with these horizontal compression straps, you can capture big stuff under it. For example, our 717 stuff sack, you can do an overload there. It's designed with a side handle that these slot through, so you can really plus up the capacity of this. There is a cinch cord on the bottom for capturing a coat or something. I've actually done in the desert a lightweight overnight with this. Would not suggest that, but if you feel like, you know, you want to go really light and fast, you can get it done with this if you know what you're doing and have the proper gear. If you want bigger water bottle pouches, or you want to carry that bigger puffy, you want to carry a little bit more stuff for preparedness, I'd recommend the Junction. That's the next size up. If your complaint about the Terra is that the water bottle pouches are not big enough, just get a Junction, be done with it. That solves that problem. It is big enough to carry the bigger puffy, etc. But this still is probably one of my favorite doggone packs that we make. It's just light and trim for mountain biking. It disappears on my back for just a quick little hike somewhere. You know, with the kids, you know, just a mile or two, I can carry enough emergency gear in this thing to be squared away. And it's, I think, still our top selling pack to this day, and for a reason. For an American made pack, we always try to keep prices low. We price direct to consumer. We don't have huge margin in there, so the price on this is decent. It's easy to pick one up, and a lot of people think of this as the gateway pack to Hill People Gear. They get this, figure out how insanely comfortable it is, and then wonder how the bigger packs perform, and they're always pleased with that as well. But that's pretty much it for this small, simple pack. It excels at mountain biking. It's good for running, and it's good for all those light hikes, particularly in temperate environments. Tarahumara Pack by Hill People Gear, and you'll find links associated with this video that'll take you to more information about that pack.